Hello and welcome to another solo episode of the podcast. We're going to get back to interviews. I just need to do them. And with half term, with having a very, very insanely busy few months, I just need to get my eye back in. As I said last week, we're getting there. But I wanted to talk to you actually about something that this week over the last few weeks, I've had a couple of things pop into my inbox. And I just wonder if I'm the only one. I don't think I am. And it's about awards. Now, we know that awards can be really, really beneficial. Let's be honest. I love saying I'm a multi-award winning PR advisor. It's the truth. And I love saying this is an award-winning podcast because it's also the truth. But I think sometimes we need to look at the cost of that award and whether or not we want to enter it. And I've had a couple of things pop into my inbox that have really made me, think kind of, aren't they clever? And also just made me think, I hope other people aren't feeling they have to do this because somehow they're less worthy, they're less important if they can't say award winning. Like, spoiler alert, you're not. It's lovely to say it, but at what cost? So I've always had this policy for me that I will never pay to enter an awards. Now, this might be a wrong policy. It might be a weird policy. Not everybody has this policy. I just, in my kind of the way that my mind works, I just felt that if I was paying to enter an award, that am I kind of paying for people to say I'm good at something? Now, this might absolutely not be the case. I have not explored every award out there. I have looked at many because applying for awards, even being shortlisted, is a really strong way to promote your brand, to promote your service, to get in front of a different audience, to promote your product. It can be a really good shout. And I think in different industries particularly, it can be really important. But I've always had this thing about I didn't want to pay to enter an award. And for me, that was a really biggie. So over the last few weeks, I've had a couple of emails pop into my inbox saying that I've been nominated for 2 different awards. I'm not going to name them because I don't think it's fair. But I've had these 2 emails that have come in and said that somebody else has nominated me for an award. And 2 different organisations, 2 different sets of awards. And I thought, yeah, right. And then they sent me the loveliest nomination. Someone had said where they'd heard me speak at Theo Paphitis' event, that they really enjoyed what I had to say. They felt I should win an award. And it was genuinely lovely. And I thought, oh my gosh, that's so nice. That's so kind. It's not a scammy thing. It's not that someone's just, looked for, I don't know, female business owners, female founders and gone, yeah, she'll do. We'll say this, this and this. Someone had actually taken the time to put me forward. And if you are listening and that is you, because I don't know who you are, it didn't say such and such has nominated you. It just sent me a nomination. I cannot tell you how grateful I am. Honestly, it absolutely made my day. I was really, really touched. And I'm so thrilled that you enjoyed the talk that I was part of at Theo Paphitis' event. Absolutely made up. Thank you. So, of course, I got this and I thought, oh gosh, that's really kind. And then you have to, from the nomination, you then apply for the award. And that's when they have a lot more information. So they find out more about you, what you do, your links to various things. And I thought, I'll do that. However, if you were to make it onto the shortlist of the award, part of the kind of terms and conditions that you sign up for was that you had to attend the award ceremony. And this has happened in 2 instances now. And you think, okay, well, that's not a bad thing. That's reasonable. It was hundreds of pounds for tickets at both awards. I'd have to be out the loop for a couple of days because both were quite a way away from here. I'd have to stay over in accommodation. So by the time you've kind of added all those bits together, although I haven't had to pay an entry fee, because some awards you do have to pay an actual entry fee and say, I think there was one I looked at that popped into my sort of field of vision, and it was hundreds of pounds to enter the award just to be considered. And I understand that awards cost money. I get that. I completely get that. That's why usually awards are sponsored. And I get that the awards dinner is a lovely thing to go to. And hand on heart, if I had I've won things before and I haven't been there, And I really kicked myself, actually. I really kicked myself about the one. Well, there's a couple of awards I've been to. One I couldn't physically go to because it was COVID and nobody was going, so it was online. And another one I won 2 awards at, and I'm really cross I didn't go. But that wasn't a condition of entry. And actually, those awards are brilliant. They're run by a fabulous team. And much to my annoyance, I completely missed the deadline this time. But anyway, that's an aside. But my point is, some of you have to pay a straight up fee, and some of them it's like a hidden fee. They wouldn't probably want to say that. But if you're having to pay hundreds of pounds to go, and that's just one person. So one person, you pay hundreds of pounds to go to an awards evening that you have to go. Not it would be lovely if you came, but it is a criteria of entry that you have to buy at least one ticket. If you live locally and you love awards, maybe you absolutely love going to events, you love the networking side. And if that's you, absolutely go for it. But for me, these 2 were opposite ends of the country, and I would have to take so much time out to do that. And it's actually a really busy time for me. One of them, I'm due to be the opposite end of the country to the award on the day, and I've already committed to that, and I'm being paid to be at the other place. Like, I'm not going to sack that off for something else. But it just vexed me a bit, and it's really made me reconsider, I guess, entering some awards, because they're not all created equal. There's one award that I enter every year, and I didn't win this year. Not at all annoyed about, but it is what it is. But the awards ceremony, the awards event was at the Shard in London. It was incredible. It was incredible. It wasn't a criteria that you had to go, and actually the winner of my category wasn't there. I think she was in a foreign country. Good for her. But the actual event was incredible. I loved it. And there were lots of people there, and the buzz was brilliant. You didn't have to go, though. It was completely up to you. And I think, for me, that's the thing. If I get an invite, if I get shortlisted and it's the option to go, fair enough. I mean, if you're shortlisted and you want to go and you can go, some of them are brilliant. They're not just that you go for the awards, but the people you get to chat to, the experience is incredible. And I'm not saying don't go to awards. I mean, quite the opposite. I'm saying if you can do. But if as part of you entering, if you are on the shortlist and you have to go, you are literally ticking a box and entering into an agreement that you have to go. Is that what you want? Because I just found that a bit vexing. So it's why I have really stopped entering as many awards, actually. I'm annoyed with myself. I missed a deadline for one that I would have entered. But there's now like 2 at the moment that I would consider entering, 2 different awards. Because I don't have the free time in my schedule to go around based on something that, not even that I may or may not win, because it's not even about that, but it's people kind of making demands on my time when they've got no right to. Maybe it's a deeper issue than the awards. Maybe it's just me. Making demands on my time as a criteria. So although they're not paying, I just also feel like it's kind of slightly undercover charging. If you charge whatever to enter the award, and as part of that you get to come along for free to the awards, that's one thing. But if it's free to enter, but as part of the entry you have to sign up to spend hundreds and hundreds of pounds to come to an award ceremony, regardless of whether you win or not, I mean, what's to stop everybody going onto a shortlist, And it's not even like you get a tip off that says, we'll give you a ring and we'll let you know. And I just felt very uncomfortable about it. And I just wanted to raise it really, because I know before now, and I would still say to you, if you enter relevant awards for your industry, for your product, for your service, they can be superb. When the company, when the organisation that's running the awards also really gets it and makes a song and dance about the finalists, you get collateral that you can say, I'm a finalist in this award, I'm a shortlisted in this award. It is brilliant. There is really, really good PR value there. But it's not worth spending a fortune to get an award if you either don't want the award or you just feel like you have to have it to say you're an award winner. Like, don't do that to yourself. It's not worth it. If you win an award, you want to be so proud of that award because you've worked for it. And again, I'm not saying if you are paying to go to an award ceremony that you're not, but I think that some people feel they just have to get an award at all costs. And I'm saying that you don't. I'm saying they can be hugely valuable. I'm very grateful for the awards that I've won, and I hope to win many, many more. But I always have this kind of, I think I can now look at it a bit more pragmatically perhaps and think, okay, well, does this award have the kind of gravitas that I want it to have? Am I happy that I'm being committed to do X, Y, and Z if I make the shortlist? I mean, another question you can ask is how long is the shortlist? Because if the shortlist is 20 people, perhaps that's a little bit of a red flag that this might be a money-making enterprise rather than a genuine award, but you can see how it's going. And as I said, I know that awards cost money to run. I know that awards nights cost money to run. I get it all. But it just really grated on me a little bit. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to just record some thoughts about this because they're not all created equal. They're not all the same. I don't think they all mean the same. But if you're feeling that internal pressure that you have to win this, you have to apply for every award that's out there, even if it costs you money that you don't want to spend or even that you can't afford, just don't do it. There will be other opportunities. There will be other awards. Or, screw it, you don't have to win awards to be great. It's lovely to say, and people almost feel like you're rubber stamping it by saying that you're an award winner. I get that. I completely get that. But there is a time, there is a place. You will get there. Don't make yourself do things you feel you have to do because of the pressure that you feel is coming your way. That's all I wanted to say on it. I don't want to name names because I really don't think that's fair. And there are a great many brilliant awards out there. And I would say that as well. I'm not saying all awards are bad. They are absolutely not. There are some superb awards out there that are really genuine, legit. I know, the judging criteria is really harsh in the best possible way. The winners deserve it and then some. There are lots of them like that. But I also just wonder if for some it's almost a business model and a way to make money rather than the other way around. I guess it's just doing your due diligence, doing some research into these awards you're applying for, looking at actually the exposure you're going to get, what is their following, what has happened to previous winners, what have they been able to achieve, who are the previous winners, have you heard of them, do you still hear about them, how many are on the shortlist, how much is it going to cost you, do you want to go to that awards or not? Because actually if you love going to awards, so for you, if you entered and you were shortlisted, you'd be there in a heartbeat, then it makes complete sense. But they're not all created the same. The kind of terms and conditions aren't the same for them all. And I would just urge you to be absolutely flattered if you get nominated or someone nominates you. I completely get that. I'm all about that. I am still so thrilled. But that doesn't mean you have to take it further if you don't want to. Here endeth the lesson. God, it's been a slightly deep one, slightly cryptic, I feel. But hopefully not too cryptic. Hopefully. So yeah. That is today's podcast. I hope it's given you a bit of food for thought. I'd love your thoughts on it. Do you see where I'm coming from? Do you think I've kind of lost the plot? Am I now just talking in riddles? That's not deliberate. So if you're free on the 16th of June, I'm going to have a shameless plug here. I'm hosting an event called Women United at Babel Beer House in London. And we have got 3 incredible panels with brilliant women, entrepreneurs, change makers, leaders, and £10 a ticket, including a cocktail and light bites for lunch. It is a bargain. We have got, as part of our panels, Donna Ambrose from Zoetis. We have got Stephanie, again, I'm going to pronounce your name wrong, Gordano from Baked by Steph. We've got Ruth Chappell from Dressage Anywhere, Susan Bonner from the British Craft House, Jess Littlewood, who is the Group Communications Director for the Theopophetus Retail Group, Lorna Bladen from Enterprise Nation, Emily Timberlake from Flora Drinks, Sophia Lorimer from Fine Tuned Wardrobe, and Adaku Parker from Dovetailed. Absolute bargain. Come and join us. It's going to be a brilliant event. lots of chat, lots of inspiration, but also like warmth. You're amongst friends. We're all in this together. It would be amazing to see you there. If you want to DM me for the details, do, or just Google Women United Babel Beer House, Babel Beer House, and you will find it on Eventbrite. Hopefully I'll see you there. And in the meantime, we'll catch up next week. Have a brilliant week.